All right. Welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here tonight. And if you're listening to the recording, we're so grateful for you being here and taking the time to listen in. I'm very thankful that we have these Zoom calls. This is our last Zoom call on a Sunday night. Starting in October, we're going to move them to Mondays. I got a lot of feedback that Sundays are, getting ready for the week evenings. And a lot of people in our groups also do ministry or are involved in youth group stuff. And so Sunday evenings is kind of a big night for that. So we're going to try it out for a few months on a Monday and see if that kind of helps. And I didn't even know I noticed for myself, my husband's like well, now he's watching the Saints game, but he's trying to like get all the kids going and everything. And so it's helpful when I can be kind of in the mix. So mark your calendars starting in October. Our calls will be the same time, but Monday evenings. I just wanted to make a really quick announcement tonight, and then I'm going to hand it over to Elizabeth. I'm really excited about what she's talking about because I know we've all been there. I know all of us are going to learn something from her, including myself. So I hope you're just open to just hearing like the one thing. And then after you hear it, if you hear it when you're live, type it. Like when she says something, like it's really good in the chat when we can like reiterate the things that speak to us, because then you're not the only one. Because I think we all have this lie that like, I'm the only one that struggles like this. I'm the only one who, and so I'm really excited for her to share. I just wanted to let you know that the brand new running program from Beachbody is releasing in October. There's 2 release dates for early access, October 5th for those that are coaches. And then October 19th is for early access. And we are going to be kind of virtually training together to run a 5K. I'm nervous, excited. I haven't run in 6 years, so I'm basically like starting over, but I know it's going to be good. And so I want to encourage you to snag the sample workout from your coach and try it. Because it's not just running. She cross trains you with like the lifting part. And then you can do it on a treadmill or outside. And she talks you through to run, walk, and help you kind of build your resistance. I never had that when I ran before, so I'm excited to have that now. It's very far out of my comfort zone, so I think it's going to be really good. I know it will be good. So I want to encourage you, to talk to your coach about the different options for signing up to find out which one would be best for you. And then try the sample. I have not tried it yet because I just finished my program in BFA today. And now I have a week before this one releases. But I want to encourage you to at least check it out. I watched it the other day because I was like, I got to go get new running shoes. But we're going to run a virtual 5K, and everyone that finishes it and submits their results, Beachbody will actually send a medal, like a completion medal for finishing the race, which is pretty cool. The other announcement, I lied, I have 2. Actually, this is the 3rd. I can't count. If you did MBF or MBFA, you want to submit your results to those programs soon, because I think it's by the end of October. They have a special shirt that you get for finishing the program, but you have to do it either by the end of October. I need to check on the specific date, or November, but I believe it's October. So when you finish a program, you submit your results to the Beachbody Challenge, you get like a shirt once a year. They have a new shirt every year. Plus you get put in the running to win money for your results and your story. But in addition to that, now when it's a new program, if you do it when it comes out early, they actually give you a special shirt for that program. So I missed the one for 10 rounds. I was like a week late. So I'm going to submit my results for the MBFA one. So if you're doing MBF or MBFA and submit your results, you can get that shirt. Okay, with that, I'm done. I'm going to hand it over to Elizabeth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Kelly already welcomed us, but I'll welcome you too. If you guys don't know me, I am Elizabeth Aldrich. I am one of the coaches. Kelly's my coach. And I have 2 children, a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old daughter. And I've been married for 4 years. So just a little background, it'll kind of come into play during the call tonight, but just thought I'd throw that in there for those of you who don't know me. So just to take a little survey real quick, I would just like for you to raise your hand if you've ever felt like a failure following your nutrition or fitness plan. Just a quick little Okay, good. So this is a good topic for us then. Sorry, I'm pulling up the chat so that way I can, if anybody has any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. So I have good news. If you're here tonight or if you're watching the recording, you have not failed because you are showing up. And that's really all that it takes to not fail in your health and wellness journey, is to just keep showing up. No matter how sloppy or imperfect it looks, as long as you wake up every day and say, I'm going to try to be 1% better than I was yesterday. That's all it takes. And if that 1% doesn't end up happening, that's okay. You wake up the next day, you say, I'm going to try to be 1% better than yesterday. So on our team, we don't focus on, going 100%. We don't want to be 100% better than we were last week. We're not trying to, flip all of our bad habits in, 30 days or even in a year. This is year 4 for me. And I still find myself with a box of cookies after my girls go to bed, hiding from my husband, stuffing my face. But yeah, Kelly's been here for 7 years. So it's a journey. Again, we keep showing up. So I'm just going to check okay. So I'm going to give you guys 5 steps for moving forward. And I'm going to put them in the context of fitness and nutrition. The nutrition one is going to be an example from my life right now. I am in the midst of a kitchen renovation, and it is making good choices and coping with stress very difficult for me. But again, I'm trying, I'm showing up. Every morning I wake up and I say, this is the day, we're going to do better. And then the second one is going to be with fitness. I have been solid with my fitness since I did 80-day obsession 2018. So 2.5 years ago. I don't even remember the last time I went a full week without doing a workout. So I'm going back to 2016 fall, just after I found out I was pregnant with my first daughter, and I had absolutely no idea if I should be working out, how I should be working out. I had no idea. So I just kind of fell off the face of the earth. I ghosted Kelly when she would try to reach out to me and see how I was doing. So those are going to be like my 2 examples that I kind of share with each step for moving forward. And these steps, they're not really steps, they're tips. They're not in any specific order. You don't have to do number 1 before you do number 4. So tips would be a better word. So the first one, don't hide from people, especially your coach or the accountability group. You're here for a reason. We're here for a reason. We want to help you. And staying hidden will never help your situation. And it'll make you think that there's something wrong with you and that you're the only one struggling. So again, when I got pregnant, I ghosted Kelly for 3 or 4 weeks before telling her that I was pregnant and that I was scared of pressing play on Country Heat, which was my jam when I first started doing these workouts. And because I didn't know if the jumping was going to hurt the baby. It doesn't, by the way. And she reminded me that we are on one of the most prolific teams Beachbody has to offer, and that, we are surrounded by so many people having babies and getting pregnant all the time, and that if I just asked for advice, I would get it, and people would, help me through that. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as I started showing back up in our accountability group, I felt so much better because I would tell people, I am so exhausted. I don't feel like I can press play, especially in that first trimester when it's just it's survival. People were like, take a nap. It's okay to rest. And I was like, but I've been working out so well. Like, how do I rest? And so they gave me a bunch of tips on how to rest. And so then after I came out of the slump of the first trimester, I was so surrounded and so supported that I was able to continue my workouts and get in a good groove. And I knew that if I needed to take an extra rest day during the week or an extra 3 rest days during the week, there was no shame in that. It was not me failing. It was me respecting my season. And then, so currently with my renovation situation, again, the hiding. Anytime I hide with a box of cookies, I know that there's something wrong. And even in the midst of me hiding with the box of cookies, I choose to do it anyway. But now I can go into my accountability group and say, you guys, I just keep on eating the cookies. Like, please tell me I'm not the only one who just keeps on eating the cookies. And there will be people who pop out of the woodwork. Some people who don't even post a lot will be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that you're eating the cookies too, because I just feel like so stuck because I can't get out of my rut of not eating the cookies. If you guys don't like cookies, I'm sorry. Yeah. So for Kelly, it's chips. Chips don't like do anything for me anymore, but it's a sugar. So regardless of what it is, there's always going to be someone who can relate more to binging on the chips and salsa than the cookies. So you can always reach out to the accountability group. So that's the first one. The second one, which I kind of touched on, is give yourself grace in your season, honor your season, but don't use it as an excuse to stay stuck. So it's a balancing act, really. Like you're never gonna find the perfect balance between like, am I giving myself too much rest? Am I pushing myself too hard? You just have to keep on going to kind of figure it out. Okay, hold on. I wrote some good notes here, so I'm just gonna kind of read off my notes verbatim. So you are not a victim of your circumstances. You're in control of how you respond, even when things aren't going how you want them to or how you planned. Learn to roll with the punches and take ownership of your choices, learning to roll with the punches and taking ownership of your choices brings freedom, and being able to say no to late night, fast food runs feels so much better than giving into the temptation. So you'll feel better physically and mentally if you're not giving into all those temptations. So again, with pregnancy, I honored my season. I rested more. I knew when I needed to stop pushing myself. But I also kept doing my workouts because I felt good and they brought me joy, because country line dancing is just amazing. And then now honoring my season looks like just reminding myself that the renovation isn't going to last forever. I don't have to be making gourmet meals in my basement, although I'm still trying. And yeah, like before I kind of came to this revelation that I got in a failing mentality, I would try to say to myself, like, it's fine that I eat all this crap now. I'll just get back on track when the kitchen's done. But again, I was playing a victim. Like I was using my circumstance to make bad choices that made me feel even worse. And that's what we don't want that. We don't want to add on even like the emotional guilt on top of an already hard situation. Okay, I think that's, one of the examples I put here is, right now in the renovation, making a salad and a turkey wrap for lunch is just as easy as making 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and grabbing a handful of chocolate chips. So it really, you just have to be more intentional, which leads me to 3 and 4 are kind of tied together, but which one should I do first? Okay, I'll do you guys don't see my notes. we can pretend this was number 3. Make a plan. If you are if winging it isn't working out, which it really was not working out for me, write down your plan. If you have to write out every single meal that you're going to have throughout the day, do it. If you're going to, I know Kelly gives herself options for like, 3 different lunches or 3 different breakfasts that she can like mix and match throughout the week. If that works for you, give that a try. But having a plan will allow you to, I got lost, hold on. Oh, predetermining what you're gonna do will take out the extra decision making in the moment when you're feeling weak or when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. So, with working out, deciding exactly when and where, what workout, in what clothes. I always lay out my workout clothes the night before because it's just one less decision I have to make in the morning. And it helps me get out of bed because I know that I already know what I'm going to wear and I don't have to, go through all my clothes in the dark while my husband is still sleeping. And then share that plan in the accountability group. The more you verbalize your plan, the more you're committing to it, the more people know about it, the more you're going to feel obligated to follow it, which is a good thing. It's good to be committed to your goals. If you're here, if you have, invested money in being here, why not give it all you've got? And that, again, that doesn't mean, running yourself into the ground. It just means you're trying to be 1% better than you were yesterday. So then number 4 is identifying the habits that are throwing you off that need to be replaced. Replaced is the key word. Don't just try to get rid of your bad habits. You need to fill them with something good. You need to replace them with a good habit. So instead of, I don't even know what a bad habit would be with working out. I'll skip that one for now. If someone has an idea, let me know. But with food, with the cookies, for me, I replaced my cookie eating with having tea in the evening. Instead of, eating a bunch of stuff, I would either have tea or bevy. Oh my gosh, if you have not tried bevy yet, I don't love the taste, but it really helps me not eat in the evening. I don't know what kind of magic stuff is going on inside bevy, but like I don't crave chocolate at all, which is like unheard of if I drink bevy. So just a little plug for bevy. And then let's see. Oh, or going to bed. That's another great way of not eating in the evening. Just going to bed, because most of my poor food choices happen after 8:30, and I should probably just start going to bed at that time anyway. Okay, and that brings me to number 5, which is make sure there's something you look forward to every day or at least once a week while you're following your fitness or nutrition plan. This process does not have to be torture. It should not be torture. This should help give you life. It should bring you joy. There are going to be days when making the harder decisions or making good decisions is going to feel really hard, and you're going to want to just throw in the towel and say, screw it, I'm just going to eat the cookies. I'm just going to skip my workout. It doesn't matter anyway. But the more days that you say that, I've thought about keeping track of like how, like just putting a little like mark on the calendar of every day that I like choose to have a treat unplanned. And honestly, in September, no, today, it's September now. In August, it would have been almost every single day that I would have put a little mark in a box for, every day. I don't know what sentence that was, but so let's see. So have something to look forward to on a daily basis, or, you know, at least once a week. So things like, if I get my workout in today, I can watch an extra TV show in the evening after the kids go to bed, or have a piece of dark chocolate at the end of the day when you've rocked your nutrition plan. And I'm not saying like sit down with a package of chocolate and just take one piece out. I'm saying like hide the stash, have your husband grab you a piece of chocolate and be like, here you go, good job on your nutrition today. Or another, I make a lot of deals with my husband to help him help me with staying on track. So make a deal with your husband where you can have an extra half hour of kid free time when you do all the things, you know, on a checklist that you said that you wanted to do to, you know, reach your goal. So for example, the 3 things that were on mine were a half hour daily prayer, my workout, and working my business for a half hour. So if all of those boxes were checked, then my husband would take the kids for a half hour and I would usually just sit in my bedroom and in silence. But yeah, just find what you enjoy and make that part of kind of an incentive for yourself. So that's pretty much all I got. I was not reading any of the chat like I thought I was going to. So I'm just going to scroll through that real quick. If anybody has any questions or anything to add, feel free to unmute and ask or comment away.
This was so good, Elizabeth. I was going to say that the workout one that helps me is I hate using the word rules because I'm the kid that you told me it's a rule. I don't want to do it. Anyone have? And now I have kids like that. But I made a guideline that I don't miss 2 workouts in a row. Mm-hmm. So like if I decide I'm not going to work out on a Monday, I know in my head it means Tuesday I have to. Because if I would miss 2 in a row, the 3rd day it's the hardest because then I feel behind, you know. And so it was kind of like instead of like never miss a Monday, sometimes I miss Mondays because Sundays we're up late getting ready for the school week or whatever, but that means I have to do Tuesday. And that's helped me. So even when I look at my calendar, if there's days I've skipped, there's rarely ever 2 days in a row. And sometimes there is, I mean, not gonna lie, but most of the time there's not. So that's something that's kind of helped me with the, like replacing the habit or whatever like that. I like that you were talking about with, I like a lot of these. There was a lot of the ones that were really helpful to hear. And I liked the one about that you reiterated, like, make sure that you're not like punishing yourself. Like for me, it's like when I go out on date night, I don't look at the menu for the thing with the least amount of calories. My way of treating when we're out on a date is I'm going to get something that I like off the menu, like, and not have guilt. Was this on my plan? Because we don't get to go to restaurants all the time. And so I work hard to be healthy going out. I mean, I don't go crazy, but if I want to get dessert, I'm getting dessert. You know what I mean? So this was really good though. There were some questions on there that maybe you have, or some advice for, or like Susan had talked about like having a hard time just hitting play. If anybody has feedback.
Yeah, I usually, so when my customers tell me that they're having trouble getting motivated, I tell them to do the things that I listed. Just like pick a time, pick a place, pick out your clothes, tell someone. And I like what Megan said, pick something short. Like, don't try to do, if you get overwhelmed at the thought of a 30-minute workout, do a 10-minute workout. There are so many 10-minute workouts now that are available. So many just like bonus things that trainers have put out that are, you know, you're still going to sweat and it's still going to be effective, but it's not going to feel as much of a burden because it's only 10 minutes. And then once you do that 10 minutes consistently, then it's going to boost your confidence that, yeah, you are the person that presses play on your workouts. You know, it's really not about the amount of time that you spend on your workouts. It's how it's just pressing play. So I don't know if that helps. Probably.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I was gonna say, even for me when I did NBF and then I moved to NBFA, the workouts were like 40 minutes, but there were a lot of days I got to the 30-minute mark and I was done. Like I couldn't, like I needed to go, and I just turned it off. And there's no rule that says like it doesn't count. I did all of bar blend when I had I've seen bar flare up, and so I modified and only was able to do 20 minutes of all the workouts. So it was 8 weeks, and I did all 8 weeks, but I only could do 20 minutes because my adrenal stuff. But I still counted it. You know what I mean? So like, I love how you said like the 10-minute trainer or the 10-minute enhancements, or like clean week is only 7 days. So like, it feels good when you finish something. Like that's why I like the shorter programs. They're a good win. But I think too, when you say to tell someone, if I need to work out and I know I'm having a hard time, if I tell one of these ladies, like, I got to go work out, I'm going to text you when I'm done. So checking in the group or even asking your coach, like, can I text you after I work out every morning? They're not going to be like, no. Like, they're going to be like, yes, please. Because then they'll go work out because you did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we need that extra, like, okay, I told her I would text her. And then maybe the first day you're like, I didn't do it, but you don't want to do that more than once because not out of shame, but just because you really want to do it, So no, I think that's good. I forget about all the 10-minute stuff we have. It's good stuff. There you go. Allison will be your buddy. You guys can tag each other. And the other thing about Bevy, did you try, what kind have you had, Elizabeth?
I got the pomegranate.
Okay. I've got some of the lemon one you can try. I have both. My husband drinks it because he was drinking Energize at night.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Doesn't he drink it in the morning too?
Oh, yeah. He just has an IV all day long. He's like, I just had a little scoop. I'm like, hun, that's, yeah. But no, I think that was really good. This was all really good, you guys. And I hope that, like, if you're listening to the recording, like, share in the group what your takeaway was. And I want y'all to know, like all of us have been here for a while that are coaches, like, and like Elizabeth was saying, like, she had like her start date and then she had like her date where it clicked like for her. And if she ever like share, you should do a call one night comparing your 2 pregnancies, because like everything she learned from her first pregnancy and then postpartum through her second pregnancy, it was just cool because I learned, like, I'm not expecting, but if I'm blessed to have another baby, like, I've been taught by the women on my team what I want my pregnancy to be like, from watching them learn, and even I learned through so there's a lot of people here who you might think because we're coaches, like, we got it all figured out, but it's more that we just get up a lot, maybe more than you have yet. And so we can help you navigate it. Cause yeah, she's a cookies person. I used to be a pan of brownies. Then I was dark chocolate chips for a while. I fell into a bag of chips and hummus. That was my thing. So I had to stop because I would stay up. Pints of ice cream. Like, I mean, it just happens. And so there were seasons I didn't buy it for like a week or 2 because I just had to break the habit, but really you want freedom. So this was so good. I love all of it. I thank you for taking the time. I know this is going to help us because failure, I loved Marie Forleo said, like, failure means first attempt in learning. And so like, if you're not failing in your journey, then something's wrong. Like, you're not pushing yourself enough to grow. And that really helped me, like, oh, like, this is a good thing, So if you guys have questions along the way, you can always reach out. We can ask Elizabeth if you're not in the group with her or whatnot, but this was really good. Do you mind praying us out?
Absolutely.
Or you want me to pray us out?
Oh, I can. I don't mind. I
Okay.
can pray. Okay. Jesus, thank you so much for these ladies. Thank you for this community, for allowing us to gather together and learn about how to be free in our health and how to glorify you with our bodies. We just pray that you would help us to always know that we're not failures. We are your beloved children. And we thank you for each and every day that you give us as an opportunity to grow closer to you, to love people more deeply, and to glorify you in all things. And we offer this all in your name. Amen.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth. It was awesome. Y'all have a
Yeah,
blessed
you're welcome.
night. Take care.